Excellent, great. It's a great day in the days of doing podcasts. I get to interview someone who I think is quite an extraordinarily talented person, but I don't want to make him feel all embarrassed before we start. So anyway, this is the S.H.O.P Social Health and Positivity on tour in the beautiful Pound Arts Centre in Corsham, Wiltshire, England, the Earth. If you haven't been here, check it out. You've just missed this amazing exhibition by this amazing person. It's Rachael Heard. For those of you who don't know, multi-talented, but more importantly, I was going to say a beautiful woman. Stop it. Mother, artist, creative, all sorts of great stuff. So, how the devil are you?
All right, thank you. Yeah, not too bad. Kind of taking the show down, and just feeling really grateful to a lot of people that have helped me get to this point.
Fair play to you. I'm sure we're all grateful to you because this is beautiful. Now here's the thing, it's coming down today, but we want to be able to put some of this up in Chippenham at our kandu S.H.O.P Social Health and Positivity, as well as, and this isn't our first collaboration, is it? Our first collaboration was with you playing viola.
That's right, yeah.
On a melanin. What do you mean? Well remembered. It's like with a Spice Girl. It's like one of those millions of things. Yeah, it was a long time ago. For Bash Street, for the soundtrack, you and the wonderful Lindsay Elliott, along with Ashley Webb and some amazing people. So I kind of knew then that you did all this. So I've, that's been that in there. Didn't someone I know have your really big piece of yours from?
Lindsay's got a big piece.
Yeah, but didn't someone else have it? It was the hostage place in...
the Children of Beslan.
Children of Beslan,
yeah.
Thank you. Was it in John Bentley School?
Yeah, he did a tour of local schools and churches.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying here? This is just real, people. This isn't me doing research. You know I don't do research. This is just being kind of knowing you've done stuff for years, as well as produce amazing human beings, which as we know is the hardest job. So that you producing all this, what about the music? While I'm on the subject, because you're an amazing musician.
Oh, thank you. It goes kind of in cycles, I think. They did do a bit a couple of years ago with a friend, Tara, who played accordion, and I learned how to play some gypsy jazz numbers, and we did a couple of summer festivals, which was fun.
Wow, what were we called?
We didn't really have a name. It's really hard, it's like bands.
No, of course. But was there anything else for these wonderful people? Because I need them. You can listen to the Mel C song on, we didn't put it out there, but it's on YouTube. It's called Viva Life. Whatever you think about the words, okay? You don't insult me. Listen out for the viola because it's a highlight. Is there anything that people can listen to?
Not from that project, no. It was kind of low key, and we did a few open mic nights, did the Chippenham open mic night a couple of times, and did the odd gig with our friend Will Lawton. Supported him.
Yes.
No, it's just low key, just for fun, the odd kind of live bit, not too much pressure.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it.
Yeah, no, perfect. I understand that as well. And it's not as if you're slacking, because you're doing brilliant. How we've come about this time is because on the 27th of April, at this very place, not in this very room, but this centre, the Pound Arts Centre, on the 27th of April, in the year of whoever, 2022, we are putting on a evening of whatever to kind of focus and raise some funds to raise a pot of money for this centre and artists to support. And this is great because I was talking to Jonathan, what a great man he is.
Yeah.
And you do that together as well.
He did this one on his own.
Did he?
One. Yeah. He's
wow.
an amazing landscape artist.
Fantastic.
But yeah, my favourite painter. He's brilliant.
Wow, there you go. See, you two have wonderful people. Not only are the centre helping us put on this event, which you've got to see Will Lawton, Katie Brooks, Kula Chikula. I'm not spouting this off. We can just put this on the thing, can't we? Put a poster up. Ooh, look at the poster, everyone. Thank you to the Methuen Arms in Corsham for sponsoring it as well, to Sam and all the team. It's really great. Just want to say this. It is really great in the Methuen. Food, the staff, amazing. It's great, isn't it? We've been there a few times now. Just because it's great. Anyway, our collaboration this time is that you and Jonathan what's his last name? What?
Mansfield.
Mansfield. I knew it was somewhere and I couldn't work out if it was Westmoreland. Do you know why I thought that? It's geographical. I bet you Westmoreland. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's a beautiful artist.
Yeah.
I've done it again.
He's there. It's a beautiful soul.
I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, he is. He is very much. So you two have kindly given this project some beautiful artwork. So what we can do, see how that works, is put the digital things on this Maya right now, the digital thing, because she's making the CD covers out of them as well.
Okay, brilliant.
Right, so I think there's 4 songs and there's 4 sides. You'll see what the beautiful with the 3, the parent and the child.
Oh yes.
Absolutely stunning. Maybe I'm doing hang puppets if you
I know
are.
what you meant there.
Look, here, look, there they are. There's the thing. There's the horizon line and the blue and the yellow.
Yeah.
So that CD will be coming out. We remixed the one we did with Mel C for the last time we were involved in a refugee project. Now here's the bit. We've been involved with refugees all the time. And what I've been able to speak to Jonathan, I think it's amazing what the Pound have done by coordinating with lots of art centres around the country to have that cultural access for not only Ukrainian refugees and families resettling, etc. Hence it's called Home from Home, but all refugees, and that's amazing. So we worked with, in 1 week there was 8 different nationalities.
Brilliant.
Yeah. In the room, from war zones that are going Eritrea, Yemen, you name it, continually going on. So I think it's important for us to recognise that this isn't an anomaly. It's almost, isn't it?
I think that gets lost a bit
Doesn't it?
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of refugees.
And continually.
Yeah.
So I said, we're having this conversation with Will. I said, this week it's Ukraine, next week it's Swindon. I did a gig for this in Swindon, so I don't want people to think I want them to do this to Swindon. Do you know what I mean? I love Swindon. I find it, because I'm being truthful, I actually think it's a really creative place, very artistic, creative place, Swindon. Always has been. It's been innovative, even though it might have fallen into disrepair under certain governments. Anyway, there are loads of refugees. It would be great if, and we're working with the Harbour Project in Swindon, if even on the 27th we can bring some of the people we're working with from again all over. We took them to London, we've done other things, we do a football tournament with them every year, we've done residentials with some, made films in other parts of the country to allow people to understand and build up empathy for them as if they were a particular group of whatevers. But refugees in general. Yeah. Although I think we're all kind of refugees, I definitely am an economic one. I'm talking way too much, but what I'm really trying to do is do this really quickly so that the lady can get on with taking this down, not take too much of your time, let Georgie do a quick interview with you, promote the gig on the 27th of April at the Pound Art Centre. Anything else you want to talk about while we're here? Over to you.
No, just really the exhibition was about pretty much all the things that you believe in, to do with community and noticing what's going on around you and how important it is to be connected to other people, and when there's a time to act, be able to act and just do whatever you can really, and enjoy being in nature and that kind of thing.
Wow.
Do art. Art's the best.
Yeah. I totally, you 100%. I agree with you. In being in nature is really important. It re-energises us. I think we've been cut off. It's a big problem in society. We have been cut off.
Yeah, remembering that we're made of the same stuff. We're connected to environment, and environment plays into how we feel and our well-being, and vice versa.
Right. So here's the thing, right? You beautiful artist, you. Oh, stop it. But in the song "Cosmic Shower," which another beautiful artist, Mel C, sang for us and recorded at the Kandu Studios, it says, what does it say? It's actually, wait a minute, it's actually, isn't it, it's the soundtrack for this podcast. What am I talking about? Listen to the credits, everyone. What is it? But it does say, all the universe found in the flower's head, which I think comes from some poem, but it is true, isn't it? Everything's related. Carbon, stars, boom. We are stardust. Yeah. We are Janie Mitchell. We are on the way to Jaeger Farm. We're on the way to whatever. But that's actually 100% true.
Yeah.
Now, as a progression of that knowledge, of knowing how interrelated we are as nature, so I'm always saying to people, you know that we're a part of nature, not apart from nature.
Yes.
So when we make these, so part of the work that Kandu Arts for Sustainable Development, bizarrely, has done over the years, is go into big industrial factories or industry and talk in an empathetic way to people that might be making PVC or all sorts of stuff, to look at that very thing and to plan how they might make it in a more sustainable way, and to try and allow everyone to understand that we're not being kind to nature. We are just another parasite on this planet, and without, if the sun, you know, the planet will thrive fine without us. It won't even cry a little bit. It would just be, sorry, what happened? Yeah, there was these things called human beings, and they did all these crazy things. In fact, they were the only species that we ever had on this planet that actively destroyed their own habitat. Good thing they're gone. All right, Earth. Wow, who knew that Earth had an attitude like that? There wouldn't be so many friends of the Earth if they knew secretly, A, that it was totally ambivalent to us, and was a little bit sarcastic. Do you not think? Do you think that the Earth was sarcastic? Who would have thought it as you're wandering through those hills and forests? So my next thing then, he said, secretly thinking, wait a minute, so if we put some of this beautiful stuff up in the shop in Emery Gate, in thank you, you're nice, thank you Emma, yeah, that's your lunch basically, Georgia. So you can have it as you need, hung in the background.
Lunch is good here.
I know, because the food, the coffee is amazing, the company, the artists. Come over to the shop if you can, we'll advertise it, publicise it, do a workshop with the exhibition, and we'll do some music.
Lovely.
We've got a piano, so we'll do a proper launch, maybe on a Saturday so kids can come to it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The reason I'm saying that is because we have art tables, and I'm thinking if we're putting that up and then maybe you're there as well, who knows? Well, Dawn played the last week, we've got piano, we could, oh, what's that? Ah, no. What are you saying? Get us to come in and play viola at our own art exhibition, but mix the metaphor. Just to compound the idea that this is a really multi-talented.
See what you've done there.
Yeah.
See what you've done there.
Next thing you're going to be wanting me to get this wonderful, beautiful human being to do mothering classes in there at the same time. Good idea, you people. See what they're asking? They're just trying to bleed you dry. What does that sound like there? The bit where you come into our shop, we do an exhibition, we publicise it. We're gonna put up the pieces, so we've got one of them now, with the other, because we have permanently up all the other stuff that we had donated to us by beautiful artists, again, in the shop that's up all year round. In fact, it's 1 year anniversary tomorrow, the 12th of April. Yeah. So it would be good if we can get hold of the other doodahs, yeah, to put, that'll be a refugee retrospective, future, past and present, right, our current thing, and then a section for your stuff and a workshop.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. What's going on here though? Who's playing this? Frank? No, Frank.
Oh, I should get Frank in.
Yeah, but Frank's genius, but why would we not do this thing? Don't get pressurised, what I'm saying. It just, you know what I mean?
Like, do it.
No, what I'm saying is, do you think that if it's enough that you're a brilliant artist in this medium, if I literally haven't got a reputation where I entrusted you to play on a Spice Girls whatever, think about it. Think about all the musicians on that. They're really good, man.
I'm happy to jam along. I love playing music with other people.
Right.
As long as I'm not the main event, I can handle it.
Cool. So I'm thinking that as part of this ongoing stuff that we're doing to generate, so at the moment we're sending money via Will directly to well, we're going to have to find out what the guy's name, I can't pronounce my name, Gudov, who's in Ukraine from the drum maker, right? That, cool. So we'll just keep sending that. We're doing sort of things on a regular basis. Fox them in, our shop, Revo, the old road, all the places. So we're chipping away, just keep raising money. Yeah. But these events I want to do on a regular basis. So maybe we can mix some stuff where you're also doing music without any pressure here. And maybe an art auction. Yeah? Yeah,
definitely.
Cool. Fantastic. I'll sort it out. That's all already in the pipeline. Already in the pipeline. Right, is there anything else you want to say? Because I really want Georgia to interview really quickly. Is that okay?
Thanks for coming and chatting.
You're kidding. I'll do this every week. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm out of here, but now, Georgia, this is I've just wet myself. This is your podcast. Go.
What's your podcast called? Well, probably the same as my blog, which is Georgia Mindset. So this is my first sort of video blog of my series, I guess, if I'm going to call it that. All about mental health and just different ways that people sort of have of dealing with it, because obviously we all struggle. So very kindly, Rachael Heard, who is an artist here at the Pound Art Centre in Corsham, has agreed to have a little conversation with me about how art influences mental health and how it's helped you. So maybe if you could say a little bit about how you got started with doing art and how it's helped you mentally.
I've loved art since a young age, and I was lucky enough to be encouraged in that. I think that really helps, to be encouraged to be creative. And basically I followed that through education and did a degree in art and aesthetics, so that was like art with philosophy and history of art. And then finished uni and real life hit and had to get a job. I was a dental nurse and worked in a florist and a barmaid, all sorts of things.
Wow.
And then I met my husband to be, Ed, and we had children together. So there's definitely a period of time when they were very young where I did kind of work at home in the evenings when I could, but I wasn't really exhibiting or, you know, getting a big body of work together. And then when my youngest started primary school, I was able to commit more time to my practice, and then got this residency here at the Pound Art Centre, where I've been for the last 3 years now, this is, and just exhibited here, so yeah.
Cool. So do you do art full time for a job now?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
A lot of like, you know, just selling paintings doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah.
But another part of what I would consider my practice is I do lots of workshops for different members of the community. Here at the Pound Art Centre, that would be kind of families or kind of very young toddlers. And then I've been working with a charity called Arts Together, who run termly workshops for older isolated people. So I've kind of been using my time here to explore the connection between well-being and creativity and environment.
Yeah.
So these workshops kind of link into that, because I see all the time how much it makes a difference to people's well-being.
Yeah.
Being able to create, giving permission to create, the materials to create, you know, sometimes a bit of guidance, and basically how creating together also is something pretty special.
Yeah.
Because it, you know, for people that are isolated and might find talking to other people difficult, if you're all working on a kind of project simultaneously and you're sat next to someone, there'll be quiet times where you're still in someone else's company though, but then other times you've got a talking point, or you can ask about, you know, that
bit of an icebreaker.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think, creative projects and workshops like that are pretty magic.
Yeah. Cool. What would you say to people then that are maybe reluctant to do art because they think, oh, I'm not very good at it, or if it's not going to make me money, what's the point? What would you say to those sort of people?
I would say you should do what makes you feel good. And if you're worried about, I find this in workshops all the time, that people come in and they're feeling defeated before they even started.
Yeah.
And they might have been told at school, oh, you're no good at art. So many people say that to me, and I just think, what's that teacher's thinking? But really, I think anyone can be an artist. I truly believe that anyone can be an artist. It's just a case of whether you're enthusiastic about it and you want to do it and it brings you pleasure. And I think everyone's got their own style, and it's just a case of spending time exploring different things. My time here in the studio, most of the time, is just creative play. I'm trying out different things, the limits of different materials, and I think what helps me kind of not get caught up in it's got to be perfect, you know, is it going to be any good? It's just thinking actually the process is really important and enjoying the process.
Yeah, interesting, because like children when they're in primary school, they'll just create stuff and they won't care.
Time to do a drawing and they do a drawing.
It looks like it's just for fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
and then as we get older, we sort of think, oh no, I'm no good. So there's no point.
Yeah, definitely. But there is a point. If you enjoy doing it, whether it looks good or not, is actually by the by.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter. If you've enjoyed doing it, there's the value.
It's very subjective as well, isn't it? What one person likes, another person might think
100%.
That's rubbish.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And worrying about what other people think when it comes to art is, like you say, it's just pointless, I think. I think if you're passionate about something and you put in your kind of energy into something, that comes out and shows, and people will kind of respond to that and like
Yeah.
that and comes across.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say go for it. For anyone that thinks, oh, I can't do that, and they want to, definitely do it. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks or creating perfect artwork. You know, it takes time. I've been doing this for years, and like, you know, I feel like it's taken this long, and even now, to kind of find my own style and to kind of develop ideas, and that's like an ongoing process. I don't expect it to stop.
Yeah.
But I think the more you do something, the more kind of tools
Yeah.
you've got in your toolbox to approach different ideas.
Interesting. So I guess there's like a closing question, maybe. What else, other things do you do to support your mental health? Art is obviously like your career as well. So are there things that you do to support yourself mentally in other ways? Or?
Well, loads of my artwork's inspired by nature, and lots of these paintings are inspired by a particular walk that's by my house. We've got 2 dogs, and I think just being able to step outside your door and go on a walk is brilliant. And if you can find nature on that walk, brilliant. If you're in a city or in a town and you can't, there'll still be things that will inspire you, or, you know, make you feel good or connect with other people, and think about life in a broader sense, which I think is really helpful for mental health. You know, getting perspective on things and to consider other things. So I would say get out there and you know, get in nature if you can, and
that also inspires your art, so it's like
the 2 feed into each other. Definitely.
Cool.
And sleeping is always good.
You've got to have good sleep.
Yeah, like if you're tired, you know, cut yourself some slack, have a rest. Like, I'm very pro rest.
I feel
People
like
forget
now it's like you need to work till you're burnt out. You have to wait until you physically can't do any more. Whereas you should be preventing it by
and I think there's
resting properly.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's lots of pressure on people today, and I think people sometimes forget or feel like they need permission to stop, and actually if you just do that as a general, you know, if you notice you're tired, don't feel bad that you need to just rest. That's okay too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for talking to me. It's been really
it's a
good.
pleasure.
Thank you so much for featuring. It's my first guest. So yeah, definitely come and check out you've just got your studio at the
I've got my
Pound
studio,
Arts,
I've got a website which is rachelheard.com, and I'm on Instagram, Rachel Heard Art.
Nice.
But yeah, if you're ever at the Pound, do feel free to come and, you know, knock on the window at my studio, and I'm more than happy to come and say hi. And you can have a
It's
chat.
definitely a nice place to come anyway. They've got the community cafe and everything, so
Yeah,
definitely
amazing.
recommend it. Okay, thank you.